Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Saturday, January 16th, in my 2009 Audi A4. No real purpose as to why I'm filming, but sometimes I catch some races on Route 59, and I figured I'll film in case I get any good X or anything. Make a little clip or something. We'll see. You never know what happens these days. Sometimes I'll have races and I don't even get to film it because I wasn't prepared. So figured just leave it recorded, and if something happens, I'll have a clip. But like I said in yesterday's video, life's been treating me fine. Just kind of surviving and stuff, and getting through stuff, and crazy world we live in, to say the least. So SRT, it's called the SRT 18 Cherokee, I think that's what it's called. It's like the older one because it has the center exhaust outlet, so it's still pretty quick though. Definitely faster than this outlet, that's for sure. Yeah, we got about an inch of snow last night. It also rained afterwards, like during the day today, so all the snow melted. I did end up shoveling, but there really was no reason to because all the snow melted. But just an extra workout, I guess. Something to get you outside when it's cold out, which I enjoy. I enjoy, even though I don't like necessarily being out in the cold, but if there's something to do outside, say shoveling snow, I'll go to it. Something to do, basically. Of course, so many crazy things happen. I really didn't really want to talk about it. But, all that crap went on in the Capitol and Trump's second impeachment. Just so many crazy things have happened. It's just a crazy world. It's almost like some people are kind of ashamed of all the things that are going on, and in some ways I can agree. I mean, it's crazy, just crazy. And yeah, I've been, staying safe. I'm always pretty cautious about, of course, you have to wear a mask everywhere you go, but I'm totally for it. I understand why, and I'm not one of those Karens or whatever you want to refer to as a man who would not want to wear a mask. But, I understand. I mean, obviously, there's a serious thing going on, and I heard some people who get this virus just to get it basically taken care of. Like if it's a serious case of it, it could cost up to $1 million in medical bills. I mean, no one's got that kind of money. That's just crazy. So the way I see it is, don't take any risks. Always wash your hands, be careful, social distance, do what you got to do to stay safe. I mean, I'm the type of person who really doesn't get sick very often. I mean, like for me, like in a year average, I may get sick once or twice. But for the past 2 years, I've been pretty clean in terms of not being sick for any reason. One secret I guess I'll share with you guys is that I take oregano oil, which is basically it's a strong, pure version. It's called Mediterranean oregano oil, and you take it, a few drops of it with some coconut oil, and I'll have it after every meal. So basically, after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner. And basically, it keeps your immune system healthy. It kind of helps prevent viruses. I think the coconut oil is antibacterial. It has all kinds of remedies that are known. I mean, it's known to prevent Alzheimer's. There's a lot of good things about coconut oil. And basically, the reason why you put the oregano oil with coconut oil is because the oregano oil is very, very strong. Because this is the pure undiluted version, so there's no olive oil in there. It's just pure oregano oil, which is very, very strong. It's almost to the point where if you put it on your tongue, and if you do, it burns. It's so strong. So I always take that with coconut oil, and this is something my girlfriend told me about, and I did. I've been doing it every day for probably the past 2 years. That's helped me personally, so that's something I've always done. Pretty health conscious about what I eat. I mean, wintertime I usually put on about 10-15 pounds. That's kind of typical for me, even though I do still active by working out and stuff, even during this pandemic. But for me, I always gain weight during the winter because you're simply not sweating. You know, it's cold, I'm not going out as much, so it's always been kind of a bulking time, I guess you could say. And during the summer and spring is when I kind of lose that 15 pounds and I'm a little bit more leaner. In terms of eating, I definitely don't. I've never been into drinking sodas. I don't really eat junk food. I stay away from high sugar stuff. I try to eat as healthy as I can. I mean, there's just sometimes where I'll take a few cheat days, if you will, but for the most part, I have a pretty clean, healthy diet. And I think these days, I'm just gonna get on the back roads. These lights just drive me crazy. All those traffic lights at roughly night, it's like you can't even have fun. So I'm gonna go on my back roads. This is where I used to take my WRX, doing all those pulls. I mean, that was what my channel was about, taking that WRX and driving the living crap out of it, doing pulls and flat foot shifting. I mean, that was really what started my channel, well, in terms of making it kind of grow and stuff, and that's always been my thing, so. Let's head over to the back roads. Who knows, maybe we'll catch a car. I think that's 370Z is up ahead, and I don't know what the car in the middle is. Looks like a Infinity, I'm not sure. So I'll get some pulls in, my usual shenanigans. Nice and grippy. Beautiful. That was a good pull. Very healthy. And that's the kind of stuff that gets my adrenaline running. Even though it really wasn't that fast, but the fact that I was turning full throttle, all-wheel drive traction, just gets you a little excited, So that was kind of fun. Yeah, as you can see, the snow really did melt, so there was a lot more snow around earlier this morning. Now all that rain just sort of melted. What else is there to talk about? So yeah, I'm pretty active on Instagram. I'm not really posting pictures of cars because, I don't have my WRX and the Audi. It's a cool car and all, but it's just not as appealing, I guess you could say, to say the current generation WRX. So I really don't post that many pictures of it because there's really not much to see, honestly. But on Instagram, I'm always posting positive quotes. I find a lot of quotes online from various sources, and basically I'll just post motivational stuff, positive and enlightening thoughts, just to kind of provide everybody some motivation and insightfulness of important things, So let's do a launch. So this car, off the line, it's a little slow, but once the boost comes on, it's pretty decent, So off the line, there's that slight hesitation where it needs to build boost, and then once you get to that point where you built the boost, it's pretty quick, pretty decently fast. I mean, just when I pull, I stopped at 60, just about 60, I think it's 60, so. Yeah, it's a decently fast car. I mean, of course, it's not automatic, but, not bad, Considering this is a 3,700 pound car, only 210 horsepower, but it has 258 foot-pounds of torque, which is a lot of torque, and that's what kind of gets you moving is torque. So once you get off that initial, what do you want to say, 5-foot rollout, it definitely pulls strongly, you know? And I found that putting it in sport mode and all that other stuff really doesn't help because, you know, turbo engines are not really peaky. They usually build their boost, like, and they kind of tap off, kind of like the WRX. So on this car, I would say you don't want to go much above 5,400 RPMs because by then you're losing power and you're just going to be going. You could stay in the gear, stay on the sport mode, it'll kind of rev a little higher, but you're not really going to go any faster. So most of the times on these cars, just putting it in drive and mashing the pedal is the best way to accelerate. And I did do brake boosting on that one. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. It just really depends. You know, sometimes you get lucky. A lot of things are, you know, to make a difference. The atmospheric conditions, the weather, temperature, traction. This car, I mean, there's always pretty good traction unless you're like on actual ice or, you know, a lot of snow or something. But for the most part, it's pretty good, you know. It's got a pretty decent all-wheel drive system, so it's decent. You know. For a secondary car, which is originally what this was, it's pretty decent. You know, happy with it. It runs, you know. It's so far has been reliable. I'm not saying Audis are reliable because honestly they're not. This has had a lot of work done to it prior to me owning it. Like it did have the oil consumption issue where basically Audi has to remove the engine, replace the pistons and piston rings, so that was a huge ordeal. I didn't have to deal with it, but it was done previously in this car back in 2016. So that was done with it, and from all the maintenance history I've seen through Carfax, I mean, everything has been pretty good. You know, oil changes and everything's been pretty periodic. You know, every time there was a point in which you need some service done, it always says it was done, whether it be the Audi dealership or wherever it needs to be done. So, and then since I've owned it, I've changed the spark plugs, the ignition coils, the PCV valve, replaced the battery, coated the battery, and all kinds of things that, you know, for the most part, it's pretty do-it-yourself with this car. You know, it's pretty simple because it's inline four. But yeah, so not bad. You know, as long as the maintenance is in check, you're good at the oil changes, and you have the updated timing chain sensor, which I do have, because this car is plagued with timing chain issues, then you're going to be pretty good, you know? So this, I'm just going to mash the pedal. I'm not going to brake boost. Just going to mash the pedal. So yeah, initially there's a little bit of lag, but once you get past that lag, it's pretty quick. Was that my third or fourth pull? Having a little bit of fun. Oh, nice. Now we got a WRX in front of me. It's a current generation one, like the one I had. So we'll see what he wants to do, if he wants to have any fun. Looks like he just pulled out because, pulled out of the, you know, started the car because the exhaust was pretty prominent, so his engine's probably cold. So I don't think he's going to be doing any pulls right away. Well, we'll see what he wants to do, if he's going to have any fun. It's it's current generation. Not sure which year it is, but definitely the same model I have. Model generation. He's going left. Well, that's usually where I go. I turn left here. So let's see. He's got some. Sure. I'm not sure if I heard exhaust. Maybe it was just the truck that passed by. He does have some mud flaps on there. But yeah, I sure do miss that car, man. That WRX was my pride and joy for a long time. 6 years of a lot of fun in that car. So let's see if he wants to do anything. Yeah, his engine's so cold, so I don't really think he's going to get on. I wouldn't either. For me, on a cold day, I would let it dry for at least 5 minutes before I'd get on it. So he's doing the right thing. A little bit there. Anyways, I'm actually getting towards where I want to be, so I'm going to cut the video now. Didn't get to racing or anything, but just got to do one little pull. So thanks for watching. Keep doing what you enjoy doing in life. Stay positive, and let the best be with you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace out, and thanks for watching. Luis WRX signing out.